So let's now write our first line of JavaScript code. And for now, we will do that in the browser developer tool. So just to get started as a quick as possible, we will then switch to the code editor that very that we just installed before in the next video. So we make sure to open a Google Chrome, and then there are three ways in which we can open up the Chrome developer tool. First, we can hit Command Option J on the keyboard, and that's on Mac. So on Windows, that's gonna be Control at J, and so this will then open up this console that we see here, but we just interested in the console. Okay, another way of opening the developer tool is by right click and then inspect, which will bring us here to the element tab, and then from there we can go to the console. And the third way, and I am amazing showing you all of them because I know that are the different people like to do it different way. So the third way in is to come here to the Chrome menu, and then in there we go to the view developer, and then JavaScript console. Okay, developer JavaScript console. Okay, and so we are back to the JavaScript console, and I am increasing to font here by a little bit hitting Command plus, and give it some more space. Now this JavaScript developer console allow us to write and test JavaScript code. So it's very useful during development. For example, to fix error. Now we don't write real application, of course, using this console, but now just to get started, let's use the console because it's a good and easy way to write some JavaScript here. So let's write alert, which is a so-called JavaScript function, then open up parentheses, and without a space between the alert and the parentheses, and then we write a so-called string alert without space parentheses string, so which is basically text, and let's write hello world, so that the understand way of learning programming in any programming language. Then we write the close parentheses, and let's hit the return or enter, and you will see the JavaScript gave us this pop-up window here, which has hello world just as a type here in our string, in our code. Great. So that you very first line of JavaScript code right there. So any code that you write here and then hit return will immediately get evaluated. Okay, but of course we can do a lot more. So let's write some JavaScript code, which of course you do not need to understand yet. I just want to show some stuff that we can do. We will go into how everything works as we progress through in this session. Okay, so just to experiment a little bit, let's write a so-called variable. So let's say let js is equal to great. And so once more we are basically write a string here, so a text, and then we will go with if statement and open parentheses with js equal to great, then alert js is equal to great, and then hit the return. Okay, there was a syntax error that I can maintain. Then we write it again by pressing up arrow and then return. We get this window which says JavaScript is fun. Okay, so again I will explain all these concepts and how all of these work here as we go through this session. But for now, I hope that you can see the logic that we basically define JS as being great. And then here is the next line. We said that if JS is equal to great, then JavaScript should show us this alert window with this next text. Okay, and now we can also change JS to boring and hit return again. And now let's copy the text again and provide JS is boring Now there are another way to copy this and hit the return. It will never show any alert if JavaScript is great is not actually true, right? Because it's boring now. And so in this case, the alert window is not shown. Now there's also another way of going to the previous command, which is hit the arrow or up arrow and down arrow of the keyboard. So just like this. Okay. And so we can see all the previous command that we used before. Great. Now another thing that we can do is to do simple math operation. Let's say just 30 plus 8 plus 43 minus 10, and let's say hit return, and then here we get the result. So basically we can use this as a calculator, and I hope that you can see how useful this is gonna because later down the road. So okay, and that's it for now. So I hope that this gave you a nice first taste of the language and of everything that is ahead. So if you want, you can experiment a little bit more for with this, and you can move on right to the next lecture, which will be learn what JavaScript actually is and how it's work with this command. That's all. Thanks. We will meet in next video.